Hello everyone, you're welcome to this class. So in this class, we want to look at corrections to uh, questions on quadratic equations using calculating the square method. So we have the first one. What must be added to x squared minus 10x to make it a perfect square? So let's look at that. So we have x squared minus 10x. So we're looking for a number that will add to this expression to make it a perfect square. So from the rule is that we're going to find the coefficient of x, or whichever letter you're given. To find the half, this is the coefficient of x is minus 10. So we're going to divide it by 2. That gives us minus 5. So the next stage is to what? To square it. So that gives us 25. So which means 25 will be added to it to make it a perfect square. By the time you factorize this, you are going to get the perfect square. So the answer is 25, and that is option C. Therefore, number 2. So the same thing, what must be added to m squared plus 2 all over 7m to make it a perfect square. So the coefficient of m is what? 2 over 7. We have it, half of it, that is 1 over 2 times 1 over 2. 2 cancel 2, this will give you 1 over 7. Then we're going to square it. Square of it will be 1 all over 49. So which means plus 1 all over 49 will make this expression a perfect square. And that is option D. It's option D. Then for question number 3, so we have to use completing the square method to find the roots of this equation, or to solve this equation, quadratic equations. Now, even if you use factorization method, it might not work because this expression is not factorizable. We have x squared minus x minus 1 equals to what? 0. X squared minus x is x minus 0. So the first step here, since the coefficient of x squared here is 1, so we just take the constant to the other side. So we're going to have x squared minus x equals to 1. It is minus a, when it comes, it becomes plus. So the next is to find the half of the coefficient of x, and half, that is, the coefficient of x here is minus 1. Half of it means we divide it by 2, then we square it. So this will be added to both sides. So that means we're going to have x squared minus x plus 1 all over 2 squared minus z, don't forget it, equals to 1 plus, so 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is what? 4. So we can then continue from there. So what we're going to do, by the time you factorize this, we're going to have x squared, so we're going to have x squared plus 1 all over minus 1 all over 2 squared equals to 1 whole number, 1 plus 1 all over 4. So we can then make this one, we can write this to be x minus 1 all over, minus times plus is minus, everything squared equals to, this will give us 5 all over 4. I hope I'm making sense. How did I get 5 all over 4? Let me explain that. So what you're going to do here, you're going to find the LCM, which is going to give us 4. 1 in 4 is 4. 4 times 1 is what? 4. Plus 4 in 4, 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So that gives 4. 5 all over what? All over 4. So the next stage now is to, we have x minus 1 all over 2. So this square root, we square root both sides. So that this will then become plus or minus square root 5 all over what? 4. And that will give us, so we're going to have x. So this minus half here, we can take it to the other side. This will become plus, and then plus or minus square root 5 all over 2. I hope I'm making sense. Right, so the next stage for us now is for us to now simplify the remaining. So that will be half plus square root 5 all over 2, or half minus square root 5 all over 2. So this will give us this 1 plus square root 5 over 2, or 1 minus square root 5 all over 2. So let's see what we're going to have. So 1 plus root 5 divided by 2, that gives us 1.62, or 1 minus square root 5 divided by 2 as well. This gives us minus 0.62, and that is 1.62 minus, or minus 1.62. That is option D. Option D. I hope that is very clear. So that's option D. Question number 4. Question 4. So the same thing, we want to use completing the square method to find this. So the first, what we have there is we have 5z squared, sorry. So we have 5z squared, 5z squared plus 4z minus 6 equals to 0. So before you can make use of this, you must make sure that the coefficient of z squared is 1. So what we're going to do now is to divide through. So divide through by 5. So therefore, this should be what? Z squared plus 4 over 5 z minus 6 all over 5. Everything equals to 0. So from here, we're going to have z squared plus 4 all over 5z. Then we take this to the other side. That's going to be equal 6 over 5. I hope this is very clear. So the next stage now is to add the square of half of the coefficient of z to both sides. So half of 4 over 5 is times 1 over 2. 2 here 1, 2 here 2. That gives us 2 over what? 5. Then square of it. So this will be added to both sides. So that means we're going to have z squared plus 4 over 5 z plus 2 over 5 squared equals over 6 over 5 plus this, then 2 squared is 4, 5 squared is what? 25. Exactly. So this will then give us z squared plus 2 over 5 everything squared equals to, find the LCM here, which is 25. 5 and 5 is 5 times 6, that is 30, plus 4. So 1 times 4 is 4. So this will give us z plus 2 over 5 everything squared equals to 34 over what? 25. So the next stage, so I have z equals to z plus 2 over 5. So the square root will come and square here. That will be plus or minus 34 all over what? 25. So we can then have this to be z will then be equals to minus 2, because this is plus a, it turn to minus 2 over 5 here, plus or minus square root of 34. Square root of 25 is what? 5. So from here we can conclude that z is equal to minus 2 over 5 plus square root of 34 over 5, or minus 2 over 5 minus square root of 34 over 5. So this will give us, find the LCM, which is 5. That's minus 2 plus root 34 divided by 5, or minus 2 minus root 34 all over what? 5. So let's now look at our final answer. So that's going to be minus 2 plus square root of 34 divided by 5. That gives us 0 0.0 0.78, right? 0.78, or minus 2 minus square root of 34, right? Minus 2 minus square root of 34 divided by 5. This gives you 0. Minus 1.58 minus 1.58. So that is the answer. So we have 0.78 or minus 1.58. That's option G. That's option G. Number 5. So use completing the square method to find the roots of the equation, leaving your answer in terms of square root. That is going to give you an answer in short form, as you can see the options there. So we have 1 all over 4 y squared minus 1 all over 2 y minus 13, everything equals to 0. So the first thing we need to do here is to remove the fractions. So what are we going to do? So find the LCM of the denominators here. So the LCM is 4, that's the first step. Then multiply through by 4. Multiply through by 4. So this will then give us y squared minus 2y minus 4 times 13 is 54 times 13 is 52. So minus 52, right, equals to 0. So the coefficient of y squared here is what? 1. So what we're going to do next is to take the constant to the other side. So that gives us y squared minus 2y equals to what? 52. So the next is to find the square of half of coefficient of y. So that means the coefficient of y here is minus 2. That's minus 2 divided by 2 will give us minus 1. So minus 1 squared will give us what? 1. So that will be added to both sides now. So that means we're going to have y squared minus 2y plus minus 1 squared equals to 52 plus 1. So this will then give us y minus 1, everything squared, equals to 53. So what we are looking for is y. So this will be what? Y minus 1 equals to 53. 53 square root of 53. Alright, so this will then be y equals to this minus 1 will then turn to plus. It will be 1. This is plus or minus here. Plus or minus square root of what? 53. Alright, so we look at the options there. So it is given in this form. So what we have there, we have 1 plus or minus 54 plus or minus 53. So the option is what? B. The option is B. So this is the end of this video, and we're going to meet in our next one.